Dan Slott is coming this week to Superman, to DC Comics. Everybody relax. Dan Slott, one of the most celebrated comics creators of the last 20 years, is taking his talents over to DC in Superman Unlimited, and I could not be any more excited for that. But is this going to be a Bendis situation where the results are, or does Dan Slott still have the talent and the buzz around him to make this a hit, similar to what he did with Spider-Man? We're going to find out this week, and we're going to talk about Superman Unlimited this week on Pal's Pulls. What else are we talking about on Pal's Pulls? That's the question. The answer: we've got a whole host of great books, so many awesome comics coming out this week. Superman Unlimited #1, Absolute Flash #3, New Gods #6, Ultimates #12, and Amazing Spider-Man #4. What is your projected pick of the week?
Out of these, I think it might be Ultimates. Hear me out. Ultimates #12. This is the finale of an arc. It's whatever Dennis Camp and who's the artist on this? I forget.
Juan Frigeri.
Juan Frigeri are trying to culminate in the second half of their run on Ultimates. And based on the solicit, someone's leaving the team. We've had a lot of new people joining, but somebody's leaving. And there might be a disagreement. There might be some kind of betrayal happening here. This could potentially be a big issue. And I am always confident in this team to be able to just like all of a sudden have an issue that just blows me away. So I'm going to put my money behind Ultimates here.
I'm going to go, you know what? Amazing Spider-Man. I've been having fun. It's been a well-constructed comic, and I think I'm driving with what we got going for this. So, in particular, shout out to Joe Kelly and Laraz. I mean, I'm picking up what they're putting down, so I think this might be it for me.
Hell yeah.
For me, this is an absolute no-brainer. It's the New Gods #6. This issue focuses on the Black Racer, and it's a focus on the Black Racer after he just got his hands on Light Ray. So this is going to be insane. #5, we got a bunch of movement. I'm very, very excited about this book just all the way around.
And the
Philippe Andrade
yep.
is the guest artist in this one.
Yeah, Philippe Andrade.
It's huge.
Let's go. Yep.
It's huge. For me, it's gonna be Ultimates. This is a book that, I haven't been as in love with it of late, but it seems like we might be getting back into some of the core team conflicts and the stuff that was really driving this book forward a few months ago. So I'm all in on Ultimates.
You're using the wrong catchphrase for the wrong team. Jeez, come on.
Sorry.
He's ultimate on Ultimates.
You're absolutely all in on
All new, all different on Ultimate.
Energon.
Nailed it.
Energon. Oh man. Well, one more book will make the docket, and that's the one that you guys choose. So you have from the time this releases, you've got 2 days until Wednesday at 12 p.m. That's when Tyler cuts it off. And that's when you guys have to have made your choice as far as what book will make the docket. The way you get to choose is by going to the post tab on our YouTube channel. Your options are Sleep #1, Bug Wars #4, Spider-Man and Wolverine #1, and World's Finest #39, winning in a landslide. No surprise. We just had Mark Waid on, and it's the juggernaut known as World's Finest.
Yeah, and it's the Batman Who Laughs.
And Big Mommy Perpetua, too.
Yep.
Big Mommy Perpetua. Yeah,
Slowly I turn.
Winners all around. I should have said this was going to be my pick of the week. No, I stand by it. Well, no, I stand with it.
I'll be with the majority here. I kind of want World's Finest to win. I'm on that Mark Waid high. We talked about it. He might have teased a little bit of stuff here. Mark Waid in our interview said, time is broken at DC, and there's some time-related stuff on the cover, at least. So he's cooking something, and I would like to smell what he's cooking.
I voted for Spider-Man and Wolverine. It's not going to win, but I really, really like Carr Andrews' artwork. So, and I'm digging Deadpool Wolverine a lot. So I'm kind of into that team up thing right now. It's kind of fun.
It's your Jill Stein vote right now.
I mean, the Jill Stein
My
vote
Bernie
is-
Sanders vote.
If you were even allowed to at this point.
That's a good.
Sleep is the real throwaway vote, which I gladly did.
Yep, same. Same. I am hyped for Xander Cannon #1. I desperately want this to win. I'm gonna pick it up anyway. So to heck with y'all.
The Ralph Nader picks.
For what it's worth, I will also be buying this either way.
Looking forward to it.
In reference to Sleep. Yeah. Well, there are so many books that are coming out this week that you guys are very excited about, that we're excited about. And so we're going to turn things over to leagueofcomicgeeks.com so that we can show you and talk to you about this week's biggest comics. Now, I want to start by asking Tyler to start talking about Wonder Woman #21.
No joke, that was the one I was going to start with. And here's why. The arc, the most recent arc finished, the Sovereign arc, we're done for now. But we're done. And this is a new, I think it's a 2-part story or maybe a one-shot. It's Tom King and Guillaume March on this issue. This is, remember that it was Wonder Woman 7 a couple years back, Tom King's run, where it was Superman and Wonder Woman go to a mall to get gifts. Real slice of life stuff. That was Tom King and Guillaume March. This one is Batman and Wonder Woman having a team up. I don't know the context of it. I think it's a detective story, but it's that one-on-one kind of relationship between 2/3 of a trinity and how that plays with Wonder Woman. Even if you're not reading the book, this might still be a good book for you to pick up because it is pretty much a one and done Tom King's thesis on the relationship between these two characters, which honestly, I don't think we get enough of. We get a lot of Superman and Batman. We got a decent amount of Wonder Woman and Superman, especially when they were, sleeping on the job together. I don't feel like we get a lot of Wonder Woman and Batman. So I would like to see what Tom King's take on that is. And then Guillaume March is going to look good.
I think I'm going to buy it.
Love it.
I mean, the big problem with the series before was the Sovereign, So if that's done, and I mean done, I'm not saying I'm going to check it out, but I'm more inclined.
I hope Sean buys it and instantly starts with long Batman narration boxes.
Oh, dude, I hope not, man. But I'm very likely going to give it a shot. This cover's sick. I love Guillaume March. And I'm not gonna lie, I am curious about the book post Sovereign. Like I want to know what they're gonna do next. So
Sticking around the DC end, Nightwing, whatever this cover looks like, whoever this villain is, Captain Hollow, cool as shit. Looks a little steampunky almost, especially with that revolver in hand. So I'm interested to pick this up. I have all of these issues because I subscribe to it on Comixology, and I've not gone through any of the Dan Water stuff. But this one also has Frank Avila on art. Come on, man.
Did you read the solicit to it as well? The solicit is pretty interesting. It's corruption never dies. Has Bloodhaven's first corrupt police officer truly returned from the dead to strike down honest cops? Or is there a sinister conspiracy in the heart of Commissioner Sawyer's department?
Cool.
Although it feels like a bit not all cops, but
I'm reading this. I'm current with it. It's excellent, and it's not all cops, but there is there's a lot going on with that. Dexter Soy departing the book. I don't know if it's just for the time being or what, but look, if you're gonna have someone step in, Francesco Francavilla is like, you can't do better than that. So
no slouch.
Yeah.
Dexter Soy's back next issue. So
okay,
there's that, which I think is a good thing because Soy is a kind of a integral part of why I think this book is working. It's a real look that he has for it. But yeah, Francavilla is a great one and done fill-in.
I would like to talk about Batman and Robin Year One. Issue 7 is dropping. This is the Chris Samnee, Mark Waid story, and I was behind a couple issues. I recently caught up. Man, this series remains excellent. I love how Wade is examining the relationship between Batman and Robin. He's doing such a good job of making Robin like it's well worn territory, I guess, but the idea that Dick Grayson was, yeah, he was a kid, yeah, he was fun loving, but there's also an intelligence and a daringness and a maturity to him that he masks behind a jovial nature. And Mark Waid is nailing that element of it, and Chris Samney is doing career great work. So it's just an awesome book all around.
I completely forgot this was a Mark Wade book. Like with everything else he's doing.
Right.
I'm gonna switch sides here. I'm gonna go with Fantastic Four number 32. This will be the second part of the Thing trying to get his powers back story, but the problem here is that he has changed his destiny by directing the Fantastic Four and family to a world where by directing them back in time so that he can get exposed to the space rays or whatever that gave him his original powers, he has erased the world where the Fantastic Four existed. And now it seems like Valeria is the only one who knows what is going on. I am hyped with Ryan North and this event and this conundrum that we've set up. So I am all aboard for the Fantastic One.
I want to go and call out a Marvel book myself, actually, with Moon Knight, Fist of Khonshu, number 8. This continues the Jed MacKay Moon Knight epic that he's been doing for years now at this point. And this one is drawn by Dev Promanek, which is really what I want to shout out here. Dev Promanek, an Indian artist with colors by Rochelle Rosenberg. They're really leaning into some really cool art for this. Dev Promanek has a weird POV, a lot of canted angles that he does. The way they color Moon Knight, it's digital, but it has like a glow effect. Like the whole idea of like, oh, I like Moon Knight likes to be in white because he likes to see people. He likes to know that people see him coming. They lean into it here. He's essentially glowing like the moon with the way his costume works, whether he's Mr. Knight or he's in full Moon Knight gear. It's really interesting. They just finished an arc where he was fighting an Asgardian who decided to be a kingpin of crime in New York. But now we're going back to Carver, which is another one of the characters that was in Jed MacKay's run previous to it, who has this sword that thirsts for death and blood, and it won't let her stop until the sword is satiated in a way. It's just real fun stuff. I really like this book. Great extended casts throughout this Moon Knight run as well.
Would you say MacKay's stuff is better here than the other places we've...
I maintain MacKay's best stuff is his solo titles, where the team is a little smaller. Black Cat, as an example, phenomenal. Moon Knight, great stuff. I think when it gets too big, a la Avengers, that's where it can kind of lose things. I think X-Men is sort of in the same boat. But I think this is really good stuff. I can see why Marvel would look at Jed MacKay's solo titles and think, okay, he's our next guy, because it is really good.
Tyler, while you're at it, why don't you talk about Iron Man number 8?
Well, I dropped it a while ago. I dropped it after the first arc, so I don't know too much about where it currently is, let alone where it exists in the One World Under Doom. It looks like it's tackling the Thunderbolts with Black Widow and all that, which is another One World Under Doom tie-in that's coming out this week. This wasn't for me. It's written by Spencer Ackerman, who is a journalist who dealt specifically with weapons of war and all that stuff, like stuff that is really prescient to Tony Stark as a character. But he felt like a lot of boardroom fights and then really comic booky stuff, but no real tether between the two. So it wasn't really doing it for me. I thought the art was good. Michael Dowling's on this one with Julius Oda on art. I'm unfamiliar with those names, but this is part 3 and an arc called the Insurgent Iron Man. If it got better past the first arc, please let me know, because I do like reading Iron Man. But yeah, it's not for me.
I had dropped this with the first issue, and I was just curious, like, if you dropped it for the same reasons or like where you were at with it. But yeah, that makes sense.
I think it's an extrapolation of that first issue for sure. Yeah.
Sticking within the Marvel realm, I want to check out The Thing #1. This is by Tony Fleeks, who I know from Stray Dogs, Feral, and an artist, Justin Mason, who is an Instagram follow, actually. So cool to see them, getting work. And at this level, I really enjoyed Walter Mosley's The Thing, The Next Big Thing, a while back. And so I kind of like the setting of The Thing, just kind of doing his own stuff. And so I'm looking forward to reading this one.
What a time to have a Thing #1 when in his main book, The Fantastic Four, he doesn't have any powers.
Yeah.
And this whole issue, the premise behind this seems to be the Thing versus the Marvel Universe. The solicit starts with the Thing clobbers the Marvel Universe, which that alone is a good title, honestly.
I've got one last shout out, and that's Out of Alcatraz #3. This is one of my favorite books of the year. I can't even believe that it's only the 3rd issue, because it feels like I've been loving this for so long. And I feel like so much has happened, but I guess not. This book is incredible. It really, really is. And it's about what happens after these criminals escape Alcatraz and how they have to try to, they're in a new kind of prison, essentially, the prison of their freedom. And it's a very, very excellent series. Christopher Cantwell and Tyler Crook, you can't beat that. Run out and get it. It's amazing.
Great timing too. Now that we're finally reopening Alcatraz, right?
Perfect.
Just when we got out. I'll do DC Sonic the Hedgehog #3.
I was about to do the same one, Marco. Yeah.
That cover.
Yo, I have #2 unread on the on Kindle. I want to wait for this one. I want to wait for the next one. I kind of want to just like go through them. I had so much fun with #1, and the fact that in this on this cover, all of the parallels are kind of for the Sonic heroes are wearing the designs and costumes for the DC heroes. So man, cool shit. This is the mashup I didn't know I wanted.
It's really good. I'm up to date. I read issue 2 recently. It's dumb fun. Spoiler, it's inverted now. The Sonic team is in our DC universe. So I won't spoil exactly why, but man, it's fun. Do you see the variant though for this? The Serge Acuna variant?
Yo.
It's Batman, the Flash, Shadow, and Sonic hitting the Sonic Adventure 2 cover pose. That goes hard as hell.
Fire.
I might have to figure out I might have to find this issue. I really want this. Fuck. Damn it.
I was off on this series, but that cover is probably gonna have me back on.
Sean, it's dumb fun. I'd recommend it. Like it's like a great palate cleanser. It's like the lemon sorbet after I'm done eating my meal of comics.
I like the first issue a ton. I just felt like, okay, I got it. It was cute and everything, but do I need more? But I need more of this cover, and so I guess I need more of this series.
Yeah. I will say,
in order for this one,
Eggman did join the fray, and it's pretty funny.
Oh,
sick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to The Curse of Shirley Johnson, #1.
Yep.
What happened to Shirley Johnson, the 7-year-old victim of the infamous serial killer Billy Kincaid? An epic new chapter in the Spawn universe explores the fate of an innocent young girl. Her harrowing adventures with the Stranger are laid bare as her story and the world she now inhabits is revealed. This is from Daniel Henriquez and Jonathan Glapian. Doing weird bits in the Spawn universe, apparently. Okay.
And Glapian's doing the art, right? He's not even just
Yeah.
doing colors.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is a very interesting one because this is what Glapion's been doing. This is what he's been doing since he hasn't been doing Wolverine Revenge. For those of you who remember, he got called out by Greg Capullo for
Yeah.
how long he was taking, or whatever. And so, like, this is the book because this was already solicited when that all happened. So this is the book that he was working on while he was working on that. And I'm extrapolating. I don't know it for a fact, but it's possible that his work on this took away from his work on that title because he had to do the full art in this one. I was very interested in this until I saw that it was a Spawn book. Then I was like,
Oh, see, that actually pulled me in.
This is gonna be one of those like, all right, let me hear the buzz.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I get that.
$5.99 too.
Oh, okay, I'm out.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Ain't no buzz big enough. But hey, thanks to Image Comics, we can read it for free.
Hey,
In a
thank you
very
so
blurry
much.
way. Yeah.
Double size. It's double size. 48 pages.
No, the spawns are good.
Oh, are they? Okay, I don't read them. So.
Yeah. So I recommend getting on the image
Thingy,
comp list if you
thingy,
can.
yeah,
Press
yeah.
list.
48 pages though. So
Hey, you know what? Since we're here, I've got a Gooner pick, and this is the best.
I blame
This
Hayden.
is Murder Nun.
Oh no way! I have it up.
Dude,
I was literally gonna say the same shit.
Murder Nun #1 by, get this, Obscura Comics. I love it. This is an obscure company with an obscure character, and they're selling this comic book purely on body. And the body is bodying. But in order to get the cover that you want, and if you look at this list, you'll know which one you want, you got to shell out 60 bones.
You gotta warn me before I scroll that far.
Yeah, you don't want to.
I know I'm still scrolling.
I did a Control F and it brought me right there.
It's deep.
This is the Red Devil Bondage variant.
Oh,
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
hell.
Yep.
That's $60.
Yep.
Yep.
Print run of only 75. So
You could have made it $9 more. Like if there's anything, that's gonna be $69.
that
Fair.
price point.
Listen, y'all see the $100 variant?
The blank.
I will not be. Not on YouTube.
It's blanking away.
Oh wow.
Asking you to contribute to the canvas in a way.
I see it.
Interesting. So there's a $40 variant.
Oh,
So it seems like the less you pay, the more clothes the character has on.
That is how a lot of things work, actually.
oh wow, yeah, that $100 variant, they're getting their money. Woof. And
Like
the
us-
artist, go ahead.
I like how some of these are just like different colored backgrounds, and that's the fucking variant of it.
The cover artist is Sun Kamunaki, and I've never heard her name before, but I want to see more of her and her work. So, not going to be buying this book though, unfortunately.
Ooh, she has credits on Becca Boo, the Bimbo Ghost. Sean,
Sick.
click into her her profile there.
It's got classic comic book alliteration, I guess, right?
Any more shout outs?
Not after that one.
Wow.
That was the money shot, that's for sure.
Brought the house down. Well, in that case, then I will pivot because I have a book that I would like to spotlight this week. It's a rare occurrence for me, but in preparation for something else that's going on, I've been reading a lot of Fantastic Four comics, which finally got me to read a book that I've been dying to dig into for years now. And I finally got around to it. That is Fantastic Four Full Circle by Alex Ross. He did all of the art and all of the story, all of everything. He had well, not all of everything, excuse me. He had color assistance by Josh Johnson and letters by Ariana Mayer. Now, Alex Ross isn't known for his scripts. He's known for his insane visuals, right? He's one of my favorite artists of all time. Turns out he can spin a yarn too. I thought that this was a very, very fun, Fantastic Four story. It has the feeling and flair of a sort of Silver Age classic Fantastic Four story, which the insane interior art lends to really well. I think when you think about the Fantastic Four, you probably think about Alex Ross's art amongst others. And they go to the negative zone. They take a trip to the negative zone. Look at this fucking crazy double pager of Annihilus. Unreal. I don't know how well you guys can even see that, but
Not well, but I'll put it on the screen.
okay. There are some visuals in this that had me floored, smiling from cheek to cheek. Like this is incredible.
Wow.
It's getting Alex Ross interiors, which is never a thing anymore.
Yeah.
And it's unleashed. I didn't even does this pull out? Holy fuck. This book is insane. It feels like it reminded me of Star Trek a lot because it's these characters who go on an adventure together, but it's an adventure of peace. You know, it's an adventure of peace, it's an adventure of exploration, and they encounter some weird mysteries that they can't necessarily explain. But by the end, Alex Ross has told an excellent story that I think every Fantastic Four fan should check out. And I would love to see a follow-up because there are some threads that they could actually tug on and do more with in the future. So this was an incredible book, and I'm very, very happy I read it.
It's like a larger format too, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I have one of these. Yeah.
Yeah. You can tell just by the size of this that this
Yeah.
is a big paper, big print, beautiful stuff.
What jumped out to me when I read it was the coloring. They're in the negative zone, so all that primary coloring is secondary. It's a lot of greens, a lot of purples, a lot of oranges. And they really play with that. And man, it looks like all a series of covers that are sequential in storytelling. It's nuts. And it was published by him, right? Like in conjunction with Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe you're accurate
It's
on that.
the
It
same
says
publisher that would make his art books.
Marvel Arts
Yeah.
and Abrams Comic Arts.
Yep.
So this was great. Breezy read too. So that's it. That's it. That'll do it for this edition of Pal's Previews. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please let us know if there are books that we missed out on, things we should have referenced that we didn't, things you guys are excited about that we didn't talk about. And make sure that you tune in on Thursday for Pal's Pulls at 6 p.m. Eastern to hear our thoughts about all the books that we told you will be on our docket, including the one that you vote for in the post tab. Let's get those votes up. And we'll see you on Thursday. Until then, take care, guys.
See you next week.